Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Taurus July 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is as far as July goes, the Sun will be in Cancer from the 1st until the 23rd. So the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. There could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on siblings, cousins, neighbors, the early education, communication, rational thinking, assimilating information, writing even, local transportation and short journeys at this time. And given that this is Cancerian energy, this may be done with a lot of tenacity and diligence and care, a lot of devotion and dedication, a lot of sympathy as well, and done with a lot of emotional energy. And maybe even done with unequivocal love, especially with matters perhaps with cousins and siblings, even neighbors. Now, given that also too, I mean, in some cases this could shine the light, so to speak, on a rather temperamental sibling, cousin, or neighbor, or it might even be somebody that is a Sun. It might be somebody that is a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or one that embodies those characteristics. Next thing up, as far as July goes, the Sun will be in Leo from the 23rd until the 31st, so the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on the home, family life, emotional security, ancestry, roots, traditions, those close to home, that latter or end part of life, who you are at the core, and the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. Now, given that this is, you're looking at this as Leo energy, this may be done with a lot of confidence, a lot of self-assurance, a lot of pride and dignity, but may be done with a lot of willful energy as well. And this could even shine the light, so to speak, in some cases on a Leo you may feel close to home with, and might be someone that might be figured prominently in that end or latter part of life with you. It could be a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Leo characteristics. So anyway, and also this could be a lot of generous, really a lot of generous energy into 4th house matters, and even a lot of very creative energy, I mean, as well at this time. A lot of creative energy in the home, or maybe you really stand out for doing something in connection with that, given Leo energy can be about really standing out and shining. Next thing up, there will be a new moon solar eclipse in Cancer on July 2nd, so the 3rd house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, given it's a solar eclipse, this could be a very, it could be a life-altering, monumental short journey. It could be very nostalgic, perhaps going back to the place where maybe you were from originally. And it could be life-altering. You may be there for a very sustained period. It could also be about maybe going back. I mean, this could be about things that you learned in your early education. Maybe somebody could be rekindling a connection from your early education. It could be, with some cases, an actual Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Cancerian traits. It could be maybe the beginning process of showing a lot of nurturing and care toward a sibling, a cousin, a neighbor. It could be even a caregiving situation, like home caregiving. And also, it could be going back to past communications. Now, this could all, or you might find time where you might start taking care of things connected with short journeys, such as vehicles, and showing a lot of tenacious energy in connection with that. Now, in some cases, This could be about the departure of maybe a Cancerian person from your early education, or maybe a neighbor that you established some rapport with. It could be a dominant, somebody that might have you seen as a dominant male person, or even authority figure in some cases. It could be a Cancer Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Cancerian traits. Now, in some cases, this could flare up, so to speak. Third house matters. It could be something in some emotional communication, or something with the vehicle. Perhaps it could be some temperamental, moody vehicle, so to speak, that's been working on and off, and it might be some issues that are very flared up or very strongly magnified with that at that time. So anyway, as far as problems with the vehicle is what I'm saying. So anyway, the next thing up, there will be a full moon solar eclipse in Capricorn on July 16th. So the 9th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, this could be, in some cases, this could manifest in finally maybe becoming tired, full, exasperated at a rather negative or pessimistic philosophy. Perhaps may have been inhibiting you from expanding your horizons, and it could be a self-revelation in connection with that. In some cases, this could be about maybe the end of limitations in long-distance travel. If you were in some kind of state of fear or trepidation in connection with that, it may likely come to an end at this point. Some cases too, this could be about the departure of a prominent Capricorn woman in your life that played a role, maybe in your higher education, your philosophical beliefs, maybe religious outlook, or even publishing. It could be a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Capricorn traits. Now, this could also be the end or culmination or completion of a Capricorn-like publication that might really pay dividends for you, considering we're talking about a lunar eclipse, which of course is more powerful than just a regular full moon. And being a Capricorn type publication, it could be something business related, something connected with politics or dentistry, accounting, anything that could be Capricorn related, such as it could be something about the career related, maybe stature, improving one's stature in life, anything that could be connected with the zodiac sign Capricorn. It could just simply have been something that you had worked on with a lot of consistency and worked very hard and laboriously at. So anyway, well, the next thing up is Mercury will be in Leo as far as July goes, from the 1st until the 19th. So the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, you might find yourself boasting and bragging about home-related matters, or maybe things you've done for family members. Could also manifest in some cases about thinking with a lot of confidence and self-assuredness about where you want to be at that latter or end part of life. And also too, again, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Leo traits that might figure more strongly perhaps in that latter part of life for you, getting ready for that, such as retirement, your home related matters, and your emotional security as well. This could also be a very good period for really being very proficient in creative writing in the home, and you might find yourself communicating about Leo qualities you have at the course, such as maybe flamboyancy, being very generous, magnanimous, having courage, fortitude, having a very good-natured disposition, and also in having confidence and self-assuredness, maybe more so than you actually were cognizant of and realized. But remember, Mercury can also be about neighbors. This could be dealing with, you find yourself dealing with these know-it-all neighbors, arrogant ones, ones that think they know what you should be doing at that latter part of your life, what you should do with your home and your family matters. And also you might find yourself dominating conversations with 4th house people at this time. So anyway, Next thing up is Mercury will be in Cancer as far as July goes, from the 19th until the 31st. So the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. It's going to be retrograde during this time. You might find yourself reminiscing about past experiences with siblings, with cousins, neighbors. And you might find yourself embroiled more in emotional communications with third house people and being somewhat defensive in them as well, and also contemplating, reminiscing about third house matters such as your short journeys in the past and your past communications, your early education. Hold on a moment, people. And given we're talking about Mercury in the third house and that accidental dignity, it's a good placement for this transit. You might find yourself more voluble, more loquacious than usual. And also you might find yourself dealing with, again, Mercury can be about siblings. This could be about dealing with Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody, Cancerian traits. That might figure more strongly in your communications, your short journeys, assimilating information, just your communications, even writings at this time, more so than usual. And you might find yourself dealing with more very nurturing, sympathetic type neighbors at this time that might be there for you for errands, for your short journeys, helping you, maybe being sympathetic to your mental needs at this time. So anyway, next thing up, Venus will be in Gemini as far as July goes, from the 1st until the 3rd. So the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Well, at this time, in some cases, if you're unattached at this time, Taurus may be torn between two lovers you might truly value. You might find yourself spending as quickly as you're earning as far as possessions go. And if you're unattached at this time, Taurus, you might connect with a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Gemini type traits that could figure prominently in your self-esteem, your self-worth, your income generated, your possessions. You might find yourself making money in manifold ways at this time, and also you might find yourself valuing dexterity, versatility, variety, and eloquence, which might make you feel better about yourself, and it might be at that place you're generating income. And also about the enjoyment of Gemini possessions. Maybe it's about wanting to have a diversified portfolio, but I'm being flippant, of course, with that. And also showing versatility, diversity, shrewdness, even cerebral ability in terms of monetary matters might really play dividends in your self-esteem and self-worth at this time. Last but not least, Venus will be in Cancer as far as July goes, from the 3rd until the 18th. So the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, you might find yourself, if you're unattached at this time, Taurus, you might connect with a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person. It might be somebody in your neighborhood or introduced to you from a sibling, a cousin, or a neighbor. It might even be somebody that you might have known from your early education. It could also be about valuing, nurturing energy, sympathy, diligence, devotion, unequivocal love, and protectiveness with third house people such as siblings, your cousins, your neighbors, people that are prominent in your short journeys, even people you may have known from your early education. Also valuing tenacious communications at this time. Now you might find yourself at this time maybe making money doing Cancerian things such as laundry, cooking, caregiving, home renovation. You might find yourself doing it with a sibling, a cousin, a neighbor, or it could be somebody that you became involved with some consistent type communications with. And also too, it might be about valuing, nurturing your vehicles at this time, and taking care of them if you haven't done so in recent time, and also valuing perhaps family and introverted communications at this time as well, and about the enjoyment perhaps of family related short journeys. So anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Taurus July 2019 Horoscope Forecast Part 1 of 2. Stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Taurus July 2019 Horoscope Forecast Part 2 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.